and it needed to be. I think it was Wembley or Wellington who did it. But just to outline the magnitude of what Mexico are achieving at the moment, Brazil, the highest scoring team in the tournament, 28 goals in 3 matches, and this is the first time that they've been kept quiet in the opening 14 minutes of a game at the Kings World Cup Nations.
Can they find the breakthrough? As we go towards that 18-minute mark, again, a reminder, if you are perhaps watching for the first, only just joined us the past couple of days, as the Red Bull roll of the dice, depending on the outcome of the roll of the dice, it determines the number of players out on the pitch for those final 2 minutes. Perhaps Brazil wouldn't mind a one-on-one, a 2v2. Kelvin Oliveira, so deadly in those situations, but kept quiet, surprising, in that first minute.
Surprised Mexico are persevering with this long ball into Baruch Ochoa, because they've actually had more joy when they've been able to pass it around the tight pockets, as Leletti here speeds away from Davis Junco.
Taking it quickly, Brazil, no time to, they really do want to get this opening goal. They're not going to settle for a 0-0 at half-time, far from it. It's not in their mentality.
Wellington to Leletti. Now Wembley, Rufino. Pressed by Cesar Bernal, who was immense against Argentina. Leletti. Andreas Vaz is back on the pitch. Here's Wembley.
The idea was there. Very clever football. Just needed someone just to take a little bit of a risk, go for that 50-50 ball and get there first. Mexico feel would take a 0-0 at half-time and would love, though, to sneak it before the break.
Cisneros. Robert Martinez faked the run, but didn't go in behind.
Yeah.
Which is why Cisneros played that pass.
Yeah, misunderstanding. It's a shame. Could have produced something important there. And now, has been the case for at least the past 10 minutes or so. Brazil very much on the ball.
That's given away to Baruch Ochoa. Cisneros. Clever little back heel from Baruch Ochoa, rather.
Just assessing his options here. Be happy just to run down the clock slightly. A few precious seconds. Can they get Robert Martinez on the ball here in his final minutes, and can he put himself into a scoring position? He's very nearly dispossessed there. I just love the way he plays. That sort of low centre of gravity, just checking inside. Just such a oozes confidence and belief every time he's on the ball. But this could be trouble now. Kelvin Oliveira. Oh, did it take a deflection?
It's going to be a goal kick, I think the decision is.
Oh, surprise there. Kelvin Oliveira just trudges back, takes his spot here. Yeah, Mexico, I feel so. We'll be happy with this as it stands with a 0-0. As for Brazil, maybe a little bit concerning for them.
Baruch Ochoa, for once, getting the better of Wembley there.
It's quite common, isn't it, from named after sort of figures or things they admire. I remember Marlon of Sassuolo in Italy.
It does remind me of Marlon a little.
Yeah, played for Sassuolo, named after Marlon Brando.
Yeah.
Great, the late Marlon Brando, the
Mandela Keita of Parma.
Yeah.
Named after Nelson Mandela, of course. Cesar Bernal, and that is into
like
the arms
in their culture.
Josildo Barata. Well, the good news is that my very dear friend Luis Matos has said that my pronunciation of the Brazilian names is excellent. So thank you, Luis. And that's a good save by Monterde.
Massive shout out to Luis. Does he follow Serie A, an Italian football?
He does follow Serie A. He was a very good player himself. Could have played 7-a-side, Luis, but he preferred to be very good at studies instead.
Good for him. Don't forget, you got to hit the books as well. As we go towards the closing stages here before the roll of dice, as the shot comes in. Is there time for this corner? I don't think there is. There might be.
They have to get it away before the countdown ends. Andreas Vaz waits. Now it's Wembley. Have a shot, someone. It's Kelvin Oliveira, and the buzzer goes. Well, Brazil and Mexico goalless Thomas Lawrence after 18 minutes, and we will have the Red Bull energized roll of the dice.
Yeah, and it comes from Zayn, the Peru president. We saw him take a dreadful penalty earlier in the competition. What's the outcome? Is it 3? 1, 2, 3. It is. It's 3.
Ooh, this is
3
tasty.
3. That includes the keeper, of course. So it's sort of 2 outfield players and 1 goalkeeper. Again, Las Chicas looking a little bit worried because they know Kelvin Oliveira, with all his pace, power and trickery, could rise to the fore, although it doesn't look like he's going to start here. But I think this is a tactical thing. Get your speedy player to win the ball back and then roll on, roll off substitutes. Am I right or am I right?
Look at who is starting. Lipao and Leletti, the 2 speedsters for Brazil, and Obed Martinez and Cisneros, unless I'm very much mistaken. This is huge, though. This is where the game can be decided, and I will put some money now on the fact that one of these 2 teams are scoring. Lights out, off we go. No one's reaching that ball before Leletti.
Wow.
There we go.
Check out that for pace. Usain Bolt, eat your heart out.
Tell you what, if Brazil make the final, the foot race between Pereira and Leletti will be quite something.
Well, that will be just another reason to get your ticket, guys. 12th of January, so day after tomorrow, Brazil come forward again.
Andres Vaz, blocked by Obed Martinez.
Brilliant stuff, great football all round. They may take it quickly. No keeper on the pitch now for Brazil. Again, very much like Colombia in the last match. Fortune favours the bold. Say it again. I was impressed the first time. I liked the first time. Why not say it again?
Brazil still looking for their opening goal of the game. Lipao. Andreas Vaz. Lipao. Kelvin waits. Here is Kelvin, and Monterde with a sublime stop.
Both ends of the pitch, he has been fabulous for Mexico. Big player for them, a key man, as we see him diving to his right. Full stretch indeed. Monterde, mighty Monterde.
Kelvin has a second chance now, and this time he doesn't miss, and he continues his exceptional goal-scoring streak in Kings League. Kelvin with Brazil's 29th goal of the tournament.
He scores, he always scores. That shimmy inside, getting the better of Obed Martinez. He would love that. And at the second time of asking, he buries it side.
What a finish, right into the roof of the net. And Junco almost with an immediate response. Brazil are going to throw on another outfield player. Lipao. Andreas Vaz is there. Andreas Vaz, is he coming off? No, it doesn't look like it. Andreas Vaz in possession. Andreas Vaz to Kelvin Oliveira, the combination that's worked. But that is going to be half-time.
Well, Sai, looks like I owe you money because a team did score. Never in doubt. At half-time then, thanks to that man there, Kelvin Oliveira. Brazil have a narrow lead. Listen to what the coaches are saying.
Dale la puta madre, dale. ¿Qué es acá, muchachos? Hey, vamos a concentrarnos en lo nuestro. Hay que agarrar la pelota. Está bien que replegamos cuando no la tenemos, pero una vez que ya tenemos posesión de ella, hay que quedárnosla. Cuando vaya con el 9, donde está Baruch o Diego, es importante que la retengan para que ahí pueda girar nuestros extremos. Si no tenemos esa buena pelota de inicio,
aqui, ó, de preferência vamos fazer destro aqui e canhoto aqui, porque o chute tá saindo desse lado, tá? Beleza? Kelvin, preferência é Kelvin,
mas não deixa eu vou ficar aberto aqui, eu vou ficar no meio.
Isso, exatamente.
Galera, a aplicação de marcação tá ótima, tá? Vamos voltar com o mesmo time que começou os 6 primeiros. Bora!
Olha aqui, sem tomar gol, a gente ganha na final, caralho! Vamos marcar!
vambora, velho, vambora.
The countdown is back on, and the countdown for Mexico is certainly on. They're up against it now in the second half, Mexico. They're going to have to open up. and abandon their rugged defense to try and be a bit more creative.
Did it go
Kelvin.
backwards?
Yeah.
So here, side, we also see the importance of the secret cards, the strategy side of the game, plus those presidential penalties as well. And listen to that noise as well. Is that the Brazil fans or was it Mexico?
Well, we were just saying, weren't we, that one of the big things now for Brazil in scoring that first goal is that Mexico have to open up.
Yeah.
Which means there might be more opportunities for Brazil on the counter-attack.
Yeah, they've got to alter their approach. They've got to change something. As Brazil look to get a second, start the second period in some style. Was that handball? I'm not sure we're playing on. But yeah, should Mexico open themselves up, again, Brazil can pick them off on the break and exploit those holes and those gaps. And inevitably, you leave as you push men forward.
Kelvin dispossessed. How many times have we seen that? But he wins the free kick.
Yeah, I'd love to ask him how he continues to score in every single match. It's such an impressive record. And he's now, of course, by far and away the team's top scorer and, of course, the Kings World Cup Nations top scorer. Again, the idea was there. Brazil will be pleased with this start. They've got Mexico pinned back, as they very much did towards the very end of that first half.
Mexico, ball didn't stay in play. Eric Vera is at the back with Cesar Bernal for the Mexican side, as Brazil now look for a second goal to put a little bit more of a cushion between themselves and Mexico.
Yeah, looking to open up a bit of daylight.
Davi on the ball. One back by Cisneros, not for long. That's one of the things as well that Kelvin doesn't get enough credit for. It's his work rate for the team.
Oh, lovely feet, just dancing his way through there. That really was some samba style indeed, just slicing his way through the Mexico defense, and he's won a throw-in on that far side.
Davi's header blocked by Vera. Great play by Eric Vera. It's kept in play. Eric Vera unable to get the ball out of his feet. Already a little bit more impact, though, from the Brazilians in this second half. They might have been told by their head coach to bring the physicality.
Yeah, really positive start here as they look for a second. Mexico just have no answer in his early exchange of the second period.
Lipao, Wembley. Kelvin Oliveira. Rufino, Monterde again.
Marvelous, Monterde. Keeping Mexico in it.
Mexico going a little bit into survival mode. They know how important it is for them not to concede before they find the equalising goal. Lipao. It's a big tackle.
Yeah, but it's just one way. Brazil traffic sight, wave after wave of yellow attack. And Kelvin's on that far side, and here he is.
La Seleção pushing here. That was given away, though, by Kelvin. Mexico not really able to find a way through. The handball decision. The switch is on if someone can find Chuy Perez, who's just pulled away from Wembley. Monterde's seen him. I'm not sure Cesar Bernal has, and Bernal plays the safer pass. Eric Vera.
The opportunity's gone your right side. Brazil have got their men back. In the meantime, a big shout out to Air Asia Move, your favourite travel companion across Southeast Asia. Explore flights, hotels and activities all in one app. New shout out to everyone also following from Asia. We had obviously Japan and South Korea earlier in the competition, but they are now out. And in fact, Brazil getting the better of South Korea in one of their matches en route to the Final Four.
Brazil, who may be open on the counter-attack here. Obed Martinez looking for the switch. Dealt with by Monterde, in terms of stopping the Brazilian shootout, is going to be key in this game, which you feel isn't going to feature too many goals. A reminder that the Brazilian president's not feeling too well, which is why they won't be taking the president penalty, and a president penalty called by Mexico.
Yeah, they've got Gabi Montiel, a very colourful character. Side loves to also perhaps wind up a little bit the opposition keeper, sometimes even streaming and filming his penalty. So he loves to have a bit of fun as well.
You just feel that in chaos, Mexico may thrive.
When you talk of chaos, Gabi Montiel is the main man. He thrives, and here he is sporting a baseball cap today.
He had one yesterday for his penalty against Argentina, which was brilliantly dispatched. His country, his team need him now. They need him to deliver in probably the biggest game.
Well, how many times have we said this? A huge, huge moment. Let's see what his approach is going to be. That's nice to see. Bit of sportsmanship ahead here. Often we see him turn around and quickly dart back to goal now. Over to you, Sai, for this huge moment. Could be a big turning point. Here we go.
Josildo Barata has the responsibility to try and deny Gabi Montiel. Montiel. Here's the run-up. Gabi Montiel equalizes for Mexico. El Presidente answers the call. Mexico are level, but Brazil still have their own president penalty to come.
Montiel, thumbs up indeed. Stepping up, slotting it home, as cool as you like. Dancing with joy as are the Mexico supporters and the Mexico players right now. They're level 1-1 with Brazil, but secret cards have been called, Si.
Secret cards from both teams being called. So as soon as the ball goes out of play, we will see what the decision is. Eric Vera has played it, but it took a little bit of a touch and therefore rolls harmlessly into Josildo Barata's hands. Jefinho now for Brazil, Wembley. Can he come up with a Wembley-esque moment for the Brazilians? Andreas Vaz, Wembley. I would love it if he just had a go from there.
Well, we've seen them score from that kind of range, Si.
Andreas Vaz. Zazaber now in the way. Good play.
In keeping with sort of Brazil's style. And now, Si, another big moment. I know you'd love to see a suspension. I'd love to see a joker and a penalty. That's what I'd love to see. But we'll see what.
Now a goal for Mexico.
Goals worth double. That's from the Mexico bench. So the next 4 minutes, any goal scored will be worth double. That's for Mexico. Now let's see for the Brazil and the Verde Oro. Joker.
Joker for Brazil.
Let's see what they choose.
Now Brazil, in theory, could steal Mexico's secret card, which would be a huge play from the Brazilians. Unless they opt for a penalty or something else.
They've opted for a penalty, Si. And I think that's really clever. I think that's a smart move. Really smart move. Just give them the advantage right away again, especially knowing that Mexico have got that potential to.
Do you think they could go back-to-back here? Penalty and then president penalty to go 2 ahead.
That's a really good strategy.
That could
if I
be
was a president or a coach, I would think of something like that. But it all depends whether he scores here, Si. Otherwise, I don't want to say it's wasted, but you're better off keeping it for later.
Is this guy really missing, though? Honestly, is Kelvin Oliveira missing?
It's against Monterde, though. It's against Monterde.
Kelvin Oliveira. A stutter, and he puts it past Monterde.
Never in doubt, Si. Why did I even think about doubting King Kelvin Oliveira? So cool. I love that little step, almost sort of Neymar-esque, in keeping, of course, with his proud Brazilian football nation. As the header comes in as well. Sorry, stealing your thunder there, Si. Just enjoying my time on the microphone and getting swept away with the emotions of it all.
Choco with the header. You never steal my thunder, Thomas Lawrence. Whenever you feel like talking, my man, you talk. Baruch Ochoa. It drops. Oh. Double chance for Mexico.
And it would have been worth double sides. We've been saying it would have taken Mexico ahead. Let's see how Brazil react, whether they use that presidential penalty now or